Hey there Libra, welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave me a comment and let me know if this reading resonates with you. Alright, so for your first card, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is associated with earth signs such as Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. This is the answer to your question. So if you haven't thought of a question yet, then take a minute to think of your question, and you can pause the video if you need to. I'm going to put more than one card down for the answer to your question, alright? So we're going to first do these supernatural cards, and then we're going to pull some love cards, and then we'll either finish it off with Narcissistic Tarot cards or Grimm, depending on what comes up. Uh-oh. Dropped one. Alright, we got the Wheel of Fortune right here, reversed, and that's in the factors affecting your situation. So the Wheel of Fortune kind of throws you for a loop, and depending on where you're standing when the Wheel of Fortune starts spinning depends on whether or not you will be thrown for a loop. Alright, and for your past, we've got the Two of Pentacles, and for your factors affecting the situation, the Four of Swords, or Blades, on this particular deck is called Blades. And for your future, we have the Five of Bones reversed. Alright, bones are associated with wands, so this has to do with Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And the swords, which you have a couple different cards that are swords, are associated with Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So this card in the center here, this might be referring to you. And I'm not sure what card the Wheel of Fortune, what sign that's associated with. Let me search for it real quick. The Wheel of Fortune tarot card is associated with what zodiac?
According to astrologyanswers.com, the Wheel of Fortune arriving in your tarot reading is a reminder that the planet of luck Jupiter is on your side. The Wheel of Fortune also has symbolism rich in the fixed signs of the zodiac.
Alright, so Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what lover cards we get. Alright, so for your first card, we've got Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And she looks like she's on defense, holding her blade just so, like she's about to stab you with it, right? Alright, so let's see. So, I'm sorry, I think that's the 8. I think that's 8 of Pentacles. Alright, so with the Eight of Pentacles, the Lover's card that goes with that is Triggers Destroy Love. So be sure to find out what the root of your triggers are. Sometimes it can be rooted in childhood trauma. And try to avoid triggering yourself or being around people who constantly are trying to trigger you. Ooh, okay, we've got the key to your destiny, which is a house key. So you might be in a long-term relationship If not, you might have the opportunity for a long-term relationship. Destiny, real love, is right there with the Wheel of Fortune card, and that has something to do with the fixed signs of the zodiac, such as Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius. And then you have the Two of Pentacles here in your past. And the Lover's card that goes with it is gender roles. If you've had to do it every day, would you? Okay. So this has to do with, the roles in which you play in your relationship. And every relationship is different, but gender roles do kind of make, that's pretty much make it or break it for a lot of relationships if the gender roles are reversed. So, let's see. For the Four of Swords, we've got real love. That's the second card here that has real love. Truth, peace, romance, fantasy, wealthy, and happy. Alright, so with the final card, we've got the Five of Bones, which has to do with, challenges. Alright, and then your card that goes with it is lost love, karmic love, or stagnation. So this particular, bump in the road might have to do with one of your ex-lovers or karmic stagnation in your current relationship. Lost love. Alright, so let's go ahead and let me grab the book and we'll take a look at the first card, which is the Eight of Pentacles. Alright, like I said, this is earth signs: Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Alright, and this one's reversed, so I'm going to read the upright first. It says, Jo Harville is a brave, independent woman who decided to follow in her father's footsteps and become a monster hunter, even though it means going against her mother's wishes. The Eight of Pentagrams suggests to embrace Jo's strong-willed spirit and find your own career path. Don't let the naysayers hold you back. Alright, so this is your advice reversed. The Eight of Pentagrams reversed indicates that you're not spending your time and energy in the most productive ways. You are putting a lot of effort into a project that isn't going anywhere. If you're working hard but you're still not seeing results, it might be time to move on. So this could be, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're working, from home, or if you're in a stagnant job. It can definitely cause triggers. Alright, the other card I laid down was triggers. So this is the answer to your question. Alright, so triggers destroy love. Okay, so not only do triggers destroy love, but it can also destroy your love of your job, especially if you have people who constantly are triggering you when you're trying to better yourself. Okay, so your next card is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And like I said, this has to do with fixed signs, also Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. Alright, and like I said, if you're in the middle of the Wheel of Fortune when it's spinning, then it's like you're in the center of the hurricane. You don't really realize that, or I should say probably like, the center of the hurricane, usually there's nothing left there. But while the storm is brewing, that is not, it's untouched, right? But as it moves, it pretty much is going to destroy everything in its path. So let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune represents a twist of fate or a major change in luck, such as one's brought on by the legendary Lucky Rabbit's Foot, which showers the person who possesses it with an amazing spree of good fortune until they lose it. All right. Up. And this one's reversed. So it says, the momentum of the Wheel of Fortune is stalled when it's reversed. You're stagnant or stuck, digging in your heels, refusing to move forward. Instead of fearing change, embrace it and make transitions go more smoothly. All right, and this one goes right with this key to your happiness, the key to your destiny. All right, so you definitely have got to break free from this stagnation and, you know, do what you can to... Sorry, I had to kill a moth. It was trying to eat me. Eat my beautiful clothes. So, if you're stagnant and you're feeling stuck, then that is the key to your happiness, okay? So you can't allow yourself to be stuck. You have to move forward, okay? So, with the Two of Pentacles, let's see what that says. This is in your past. It says, the Two of Pentagrams reversed indicates an imbalance between your home and your professional lives. You have been focusing on the majority of your attention to one aspect of your life to a detriment of the other. Reflect on how you're spending your time to make sure that you're devoting enough attention and energy to the things that are truly important to you. All right, so the only thing about, you know, I live in the South, and I feel like it's extremely hard to make a living wage in Mississippi. It takes an ungodly amount of hard labor to make enough money to survive, even if you have education. If you don't have education, it's even more difficult. All right, so I have a bachelor's degree in the South, and I've never really made more than 12-15 bucks an hour. Never. And this is after working my way up to that in customer service and sales, things of that nature. So it is really hard to make a living wage. And from the way the news has been going, ugh. So also, a card that goes with this is gender roles. If you had to do that every day, would you? So if you reverse gender roles, would it be to your benefit, or would it be to your detriment? In a relationship, we have to consider these things, right? All right, and that's in your past, okay? So you may need to make some changes if you're feeling like, you know, your professional life and your home are not balanced, okay? And the Four of Swords, or Blades, the Four of Blades reversed. When reversed, the Four of Blades tarot card represents the deep exhaustion and burnout that comes when you don't give ourselves the rest that we require. You've been fighting hard for a long time, and it feels as though you have nothing left to give. The Four of Blades suggests that you need to take a moment to rest and gather your strength before carrying on. The end is in sight. Give yourself one last break before the final push. Alright, and this one goes with real love. Romance, fantasy, happiness, wealthiness. Alright, so, you know, I have found that, you know, I made almost as much money in the stock market last year as I did from my actual job that I worked. So if you take a small amount of your money and invest it towards yourself, your goals, or your future, you can make extra money in order to better yourself. So, you know, do what you can do. And the stock market is kind of going down right now, which is, it's hard to make investments when it's going down, because you don't want to invest while it's, you know, you wait until it starts going back up, and then you might be able to get your foot in the door and make some extra money. Unfortunately, that's hard to do, but it's not impossible. The Five of Bones. Alright, so this is your final card and your future outcome. Alright, so this card is associated with Zachariah. And in reversed, it says, when reversed, the discontent signified by the Five of Bones is turned inward. Are you experiencing an internal struggle? Do you feel as though you're at war within yourself? Sometimes this tarot card can indicate that you're avoiding a necessary conflict to your own detriment. Take time to connect with your true feelings, goals, and motivations to move forward with more clarity and focus. Alright, so it seems like this whole reading is focused around goals, moving forward, and not being stuck in stagnant mode. And the card that goes with that is Lost Love. Karmic stagnation. So this can have to do with your current situation that you're in, or it can have to do with a past lover. Maybe, so as you can see, it's got a 4-leaf clover on it, but one of the leaves is flying away. So it's broken, it's broken. Maybe it's something that you didn't get closure from, whether it was whatever the situation is. Even if you're over the loss of the love, it might still be affecting your current relationship. So if you have had a bad relationship in the past, even if you're not like stuck on that ex-lover, maybe you're not really still in love with them, but some of the things that happened within that relationship can cause issues, stagnation in your current relationship. So you have to get your closure in order to move forward. So let's take a look. Let's pull a Narcissist card. Okay, some jumped out, so let's pull these. Entitlement. The expectation that one is entitled to some sort of special treatment, special benefits. They believe the rules are for others, not for them. And they bully people until they get what they want. Alright, this is through Dr. Ramani. If you want to check out her videos, she has some really good insights about narcissism. You cannot define who you are by the clothes that you wear. You can't build value around vanity. What is intrinsic value? It's who we are. Also, you cannot beat yourself up for not having what you feel like you should because of your self-worth. It says be okay with your self-worth. Don't self-sabotage. Alright, so I'm going to go put that one back right down here by the triggers. Destroy love. And that's an answer to your question. This is sometimes the answer to your question isn't always what you want it to be either. But let's take a look here. So we also have Imposter Syndrome, which is a collection of inadequacies. Despite your success, you still feel like a bad person. Even though you're not doing anything bad, you feel like a fake. Alright, so this is self-sabotage as well. So this one goes right next to the Wheel of Fortune card, and basically saying that you're stuck. You're stuck in some kind of stagnant situation, and the key to your future and your happiness will depend upon whether or not you can overcome this, okay? So let's take one more Narcissist card. Okay. Narcissistic victim. Alright, so I didn't write anything down on this card, but victim mentality is something that we all face. It's something that, especially if you are a victim. Not everybody that has victim mentality actually is a victim. Sometimes they have paranoid delusions of being a victim, but sometimes it's really based in. So if this is someone that you're dealing with that has this victim mentality and they can't overcome it, then you have to be very careful not to point it out to them. It can really hurt you if you've been a victim and somebody, calls you out for acting like a victim when you're not. It can really, really make things a lot worse instead of helping them. So if you're stuck with this narcissistic victim mentality, then you have to help this person to overcome their victim mentality. They have not dealt with the situation in which made them a victim. They may have had some kind of post-traumatic stress, or even, something traumatic must have happened to them for them to feel this way. And so you have to help them overcome it. If it's you, then you have to help yourself overcome it by, I think that journaling helps a lot. Therapy helps. Let's see. If you have a narcissistic boss or a narcissistic parent lording their power over you, compliments to the narcissist, okay? This is something that you might have to do if you have a boss who's a narcissist and you end up having to try to compliment them. You're trying to gain their respect, gain their trust by comparing them to famous people, and react strongly to their need for compliments. Alright, so I really don't like to encourage people to encourage self-aggrandizing behavior, but if it's someone who is giving you your paycheck, then you may have to swallow your pride and, kiss a little butt if you want to move up. Otherwise, you might as well just go ahead and cut ties with that job and work on another one, or whatever situation it is. That hopefully not your love relationship, but that happens too. I mean, it does. It really happens a lot, actually. Alright, let me do a little shuffle. Relational narcissism. Traumatic narcissism. Subjugation. Traumatization. Objectification. Such as a relationship of a cult leader to their followers. Afraid of change. Brainwashing. Tragedy. Murder. Suicide. Control your dressing. Alright, so number 1. Wins over... These are the things that happens. This is how you know you're in like a cult type situation. Wins over the cult members. Number 2, grooming people. Number 3, narcissistic parents. Number 4, love bombing. Occult love bombing. In other words, they just give you all kinds of, over the top love. Promises of heaven. They make you feel special. Chosen. They cut out the people who are toxic in their eyes, not the ones who care. Alright? Cut out the toxic people, not your loved ones. So these type of cults will take advantage of your situation. Alright? So if this resonates with you, you definitely need to talk to a professional and see how to overcome this. Now, I also have some Grimm cards here. And I just made some of these this morning, and they are from the original Grimm fairy tales. Alright, and Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and couldn't keep her. So the original story was that he killed her and he put her in the pumpkin, never to escape again. Oh my gosh, okay. So what's the moral of this story? Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you let into your circle. And don't become part of a cult for sure. Alright, so I hope this reading resonates with you. I hope it wasn't too dark and disturbing. And please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as leave me a comment if you feel like this reading resonates. And come back and see me next week.